In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we'd like to show you how you can take the image of a person shaped as a circle or oval and float it across the screen as though it were a soap bubble. This comes as a request of one of my subscribers who saw this technique in an older American TV show called Lawrence Welk. If you don't know how to take an image and turn it into an oval, we're going to show you how to do that at the end of this tutorial in PhotoDirector. So I have on track number 1 my video, and here the video is part of an orchestra. Let's float this guy's face as a featured artist across the screen. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to take the image I've already worked on and drag and put it on track number 2. And then I'm going to lengthen it so the duration of it fits my video in this particular case. So now I have it and I need to position it with keyframes. So I'm going to double click on my image. And if I don't want to use keyframes, I could click from the Properties tab in the upper left to the Motion tab and then just assign a motion to it. But I don't think that's as precise as what I want, so I'm going to go back to the Properties tab and use keyframes. So I need my playhead at the beginning, so I need to drag and make sure it's all the way to the left. I'm going to set a position value by clicking the diamond and a scale value. And right now I want it to start out smaller, and I actually want it to start out off the screen. So these two values are set at this location. Now I'd actually like to minimize the preview a bit so I can see how it's moving on or around the screen. Let's move forward a little bit. I'll just click here at 1 second 24 frames, and I'm going to take and drag and move it down here and enlarge it just a little bit. So now it will be moving on the screen and it will be getting bigger. Let's take another time value and move to 328. I'm going to move it over here and we're going to make it larger yet. This will be where we showcase our artist. Then we'll move over one more segment here. I'm at 6 and 06. And here we're going to move it back up. The bubble is going to recede in size. Move it about here. And then we'll go to the end. And we could obviously have it exit before we get to the end of the video if it's long enough. And I'm going to make it smaller so it does some shrinking, and we'll move it off the screen. And so if we play this as we've created it, there it comes on the screen, enlarges, and then it starts to fade away and move off the screen. So I click on OK, and it will play the same way on the main screen. Now what I'd like to do is show you how to create this oval with his face in PhotoDirector. You could use a similar program. Any graphic editor would work. So now I have PhotoDirector loaded with my original image. I'm going to take and put it on the screen. There's my image. What I want to do is be in the Edit button at the very top. I'm going to click on the second icon down with my Select Area tool. Here I'm going to click on an oval in the ellipse section right here. And then we'll draw a shape. And we have his head. Now what we want to do is invert that. So I'm going to go under Operation at the bottom and click here. That will invert it. And then I'm going to click the scissors. That will delete it. I'll press Escape. So now all I have is his picture. What I want to do next is I want to add a border to it. So I'm going to click on the FX on that layer. I'll do a bevel and emboss. And I can change the size or depth of it if I want to. Just a very little bevel. I think I need to make it 4. Okay, there's a 4. Let's add a border to it. I saw a border in the illustration I was given. Let's change the color to something in the blue area. And let's make the border smaller. We'll go down from 10 pixels to maybe something like 3. You could also do some other stuff. You could change the opacity of him if you want to make him different. You could add another image on top of it if you're good at drawing bubbles. But we'll just stop with this for now. And then I'll click on OK. Now what I want to do is export it. Now to make sure I don't have this area, I need to export it as a PNG. I'll go Export as a new photo file. And I'll make sure my format here is PNG. And I'll just say bubble face 1. And we'll export. And now we have it exported. The next step would be to take that same image and import it into PowerDirector. So that's what I did basically to get the image that you see here. We hope you found this helpful.